Temple of Mara,
Hello!
and Reveal's been attacked, just like Anvil. Everyone's slaughtered, the altar's desecrated.
Take care.
Goodbye.
Hi there.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Welcome back to the
I've
Elder Scrolls
never heard the
4
Countess
Oblivion.
mention her
We are
husband.
standing in
Believe there's something of a
Archmage
sore
Straden's
point with
tower.
Lady Malona.
And...
Oh, what can I help you with?
Let's go
The
for
Mages
rumors.
Guild runs...
Nope. Ooh,
May I
Martha.
interest you in some of my fine wares?
I mean, if they are fine, sure, but none of these are that much worth.
I rarely
Imperial
leave the university, as I have all I need right here. If you need ingredients, try Ogier Georic at the main ingredient.
Well, I might do that later.
You aren't the
Gary
first
is here.
person to go looking for those. Quite a remarkable story, really. I know a bit about it.
Please,
Certainly.
Terry.
Garradin was a knight who lorded over a small village of peaceful farmers. One harvest summer, there was a horrible drought. The farmers appealed to Garradin to discover a solution. He spent a week consulting with sages until one of them mentioned a possibility. The sage told him of an artifact called the Everflow Ewer. The vessel, which looked like a silver pitcher, was said to supply endless water. Yes, indeed.
Amazing.
Legend has it that Garradin found the ewer, and that it was guarded by a fearsome creature. It is also said that the creature froze him. When Garradin realized his quest was a failure, and he wouldn't be able to return and save the farmers, he began to shed some tears. As the ice enveloped him, some of his tears were frozen as well. Some even say that the divine, Mara, took pity on the poor knight. To commemorate his kind heart, she imbued the tears with some sort of magical power. That's only rumor, though. You know, if you're really interested in more, there's a book I read once called Nightfall. It may have more about Garradin.
Where can
I
I
think
find
I
this?
saw a copy last time I was at the first edition bookshop in the Market District.
Well, that's
I
definitely
wish
an
I
X.
could tell you more about them, but that's all I remember from speaking to my colleagues here at the university.
Yeah, I doubt anyone would know more. But
Heard any
please,
news
that's
of it
only
again,
one
anytime.
question you're interested in.
What's
Here's the
this?
other.
Some sort of alien artifact? Well, well, Romanus was right in sending you out there. Good work. I'll be sure and put in a good word for you. Both the new
Rulers.
fighters...
Nope.
Good work
Awesome.
getting that straightened out. I'm glad someone finally came along that was able to make progress with it.
Okay.
Me too. Good work at Vatican. Jorol is quite pleased with the information now coming in about the site. There is another predicament, which I believe you can also help resolve, if you feel ready for it.
I'm ready. What is it?
Excellent. You have become most reliable, and I assure you that the Council appreciates it. Now, to the matter at hand. In order to deal with the apparent growing problem of necromancers in Cyrodiil, the Council needs as much information as possible. The Mystic Archives have been consulted with minimal success. Guild members are investigating other avenues, but I believe more can be learned here.
What do you
What
mean?
little we know makes no sense in a larger context. For example, why was Falcar, who we know now to be part of this cult of necromancers, in possession of black soul gems? The Archmage has other reports of these gems being associated with necromancers, but we do not know why. We don't even know what they do. We have overlooked these questions because we are so focused on rooting out the necromancers as quickly as possible.
Well, what do I need to
I'd
do?
like you to speak with Tarmina at the Mystic Archives. She is our specialist on Magica Arcana and has been helping gather information. I believe we have been asking her the wrong questions, taxing her too much with vague attempts to make sense of all that we know. Speak with her specifically about these black soul gems, if she knows anything about their powers or creation. An insight into their origins may lead us to those who are responsible for them.
Advancement.
You become more valuable to the guild with each passing day. The guild wishes to reward that, and so you are raised to the rank of conjurer. Accept these robes and wear them with pride.
Robe of the Conjurer. Rumors.
Half of the council,
Nope.
her
Tell me
expertise in arcane knowledge and lore could be invaluable to us if we can make proper use of it. She can likely be found in the archives now, poring through materials on necromancy. She stops only to sleep at the Archmage's request.
That doesn't sound healthy.
Report back as soon
All
as you
right.
can.
Well, that was a lot of quest handing ins. Oh, these are just regular. And it's not considered stealing? Oh well. Sure don't mind if I take those then. If I could aim. There we go. Right. Well, none of those quests sends us far away. So let's deal with whatever we have to do here in the Imperial City before we start heading out once more. Let's also see what those robes actually do. Inventory, yes, over here. Let's see. I can just sell that. Robe of the Conjurer. Fortify intelligence, willpower, conjuration, and destruction. Not really that great. I'm gonna stash that somewhere because I'm a little... To say that I'm a little pressed for inventory would be... well, that would be quite an understatement. I did, however, as I said, perform some alchemy and raised my alchemy skill a bit. Not much, but just a bit. We do have some vampire dust that we can hand in for cash, so that's nice. What else is there? Anything that weighs a lot? Not particularly. I've gotten rid of most of the stuff. I think most of what I am weighed down by is arrows, because as I went into Bravil, mostly to store some stuff, but also to sell some stuff that I have obtained from various bandits and whatnot along the way, I decided to buy some more arrows. So yeah, we're not short for arrows at all. Okay.
Greetings to you.
The Mystic Archives. Okay. Oh, hello.
Look, if you're here for information, I'm afraid you'll have to find it on your own. I'm swamped right now, up to my ears in necromancy. Not practicing it, mind you. Wouldn't want anyone to think I was involved in that sort of thing. I simply meant researching it.
Why are you so busy?
Why? Oh, no real reason. It's just that the entire Council of Mages has been in here at one time or another recently, all wanting information on necromancers. Necromancy, of all things.
I was in to see.
Of course you were. No doubt the Council is trying to get you to bother me further. I ran Qa'Rajh out of here just a short while ago and told them to leave me alone. I keep telling them I can't produce results if I'm not given any time. I'm not used to working under conditions like this.
I hear you. I'm here to help.
Help? No offense, but I don't see how you can do that. Unless you'd like to take some of this work off my shoulders, I'm beyond helping. But I do appreciate the sentiment. If there's anything specific you need, that may be more reasonable than just asking me about necromancers.
Tell me about black soldiers.
Now that is a bit more specific. Finally, something I can respond to. Let me think for a moment. Ah, yes, there's one obscure text that references these gems. I believe it's still around here someplace, unless Falkar never returned it. The name of the book is Necromancer's Moon. I'm unclear on the origins of the text, but it does involve these gems you're interested in. I'm afraid you'll have to find it yourself. I'm so out of sorts with all these requests, I've lost track of most everything. It's very distressing. For you, of course.
Oh, disposition matched. Good.
The Mystic Archives have a large collection of books. Look around, and you may learn a thing or two.
Necromancers.
Why all the fuss now? I thought it would have died down by now, what with the ban on the practice of necromancy and the guild being in place for as long as it has. And yet, suddenly everyone shows up on my doorstep, needing information immediately. Never mind that I might have things on my own to work on. And they just...
Yep.
I believe you'll find it quite helpful. Once you've had a chance to read it, I'd be happy to discuss it with you.
Okay, well,
Farewell.
Are we giving a quest marker to the book? I mean, I'm okay with that. I mean, there it is. Long, not that long. Okay, it's long since we've had a good read. So, brothers and sisters of the worm, despair not at the trials we now face, for our time comes swiftly. The god of worms watches over our order and will deliver us from these troubled times in the day of reckoning. Until then, perform his works in secret, serve his needs, and look to the skies for his signs. The Revenant, the Necromancer's moon, watches over us all. His form ascended to godhood, has taken its rightful place in the sky, and hides the enemy Archai from us that we may serve him. Watch for the signs. When the heavenly light descends from above, hasten to his altars and make your offerings, so that he may bless you with but a taste of his true power. Grand soul gems offered to him will be darkened, and can be used to trap souls of the unwitting, a feat even the great Ngasta would marvel at. Stay faithful to the order of the Black Worm, and in time your loyalty will be rewarded. Soon he will return to set the world right in due time, and those who would stand in his way will suffer eternally at his hands, just as those who stood opposed before. Until that day, you must believe and be patient. Hide in your caves, in your ruined forts, in your secret lairs. Raise your minions, summon your servants, cast your spells. Answer the call of the order when you are needed. Watch and listen. Okay. Are we supposed to bring it? Oh, probably. Yeah.
Have you found... I believe you'll find...
But...
Farewell.
Oh, we had to wait for it. I found the book Necromancer's Moon and should take it to Raminus Polos after consulting with Tarmina.
Well, a most interesting text, is it not? We are fortunate that at least one necromancer took the time to record the information. I am unfamiliar with the shade of the Revenant described within the book, but I was never one to dabble in the more, shall we say, amoral arts. You may take that with you for now, if you wish. The council may have use for it. Please, ask them to return it quickly, as I may need it again.
Okay.
Take care.
Well, that was, again, relatively easy. A lot of talking this episode, but I suppose with two Oblivion gates in a row,
Hi there.
Probably
Greetings
isn't something that is a problem.
Has Tarmina been of use in gathering information about the necromancers?
Yes.
Excellent work. I believe this will be of use to the Council. I shall make sure they're made aware of its contents. I've never heard of this Shade of the Revenant. Some sort of celestial phenomenon? If that's correct, then Bothil would most likely know something about it, as the caretaker of the orrery. She should be on university grounds. A most fascinating contraption. Bothiel is one of the few who understands how it worked and kept it running.
Oh,
Goodbye.
okay, well, out again.
This is a wondrous encounter. Welcome.
I
Oh, there. Is there some...
Well, that's convenient.
The orrery here is the only one in Cyrodiil. There's one more in Hammerfell, the old one at Stros Mackay. Half of
Rulers.
the council. I've heard
Necromancers.
things to be sure. Is it true? Revenant.
Ship of the Revenant.
And it represents something in the heavens? It sounds familiar. Let me think. Ah, yes. Now I remember. Falcar was here some time ago asking about just such a thing. Said it was for research. He had a large sheaf of notes with him about it. I'm afraid I didn't have any more advice for him than I do for you. With the Ori in such a state of disrepair, I have no point of reference. Falcar did leave this behind. I think it fell from his notes as he left. I didn't pay it much attention, but perhaps it will be of use to you.
Hastily scrawled note added. Let's see what that says. Down and the primary sites: the Dark Fissure, Fort Asterius, Fort Lynchel, Wendelbeck. Altars have been raised, anchorites have been called, watch the skies. Once a week, his grace shines down on us. Well, the Dark Fissure is definitely one that we know about. The other... I believe one of the three others was the one that was close to Skingrad. Okay, well...
I hope I can...
Shade of the Revenant.
Falcar expressed interest in this revenant as well, and left this note behind, did he? Perhaps we should look into it for more clues. This lists several locations. The first is the Dark Fissure, which I recognize. It's a cave in the mountains, south of Cheydinhal. If there is indeed an altar there, as the note suggests, I believe this cave is directly related to the contents of the book. Go to the Dark Fissure the next time this shade occurs. Search for any connection to what we've learned, and report back. Please, be careful. Anything you find is of no use to us if you do not survive. I believe we are dealing with powerful forces here. Do not put yourself in harm's way if it can be avoided.
So, the Order of the Worm, eh? I do believe we know of that. Pretty much because that is the main focus point of the other scrolls online, which is dealing with Manimarco. Now, we are not going after this right now, because that probably sends us to the Dark Fissure, I would say. Yup, sure does. That does mean, however, that we have a reason to go to Cheydinhal and hand in our Fighter's Guild quest. So that's good for another time. Nightfall. A book in the Market District.
What is it, citizen?
Now, do I pass through the Temple District as well en route to the Market District? Because if I do, then I can attempt to steal that coin. Hold on. The world map can show me. Let's see. Arena. No, I don't. I definitely don't, because that's one to the left. It's over there, and the Market District is on the opposite end. Well, we will save that coin theft for another day. We also have a break-in, bargaining, or however method we choose to steal an alien crown from another alien collector, also here in the city. I suppose, given that... Well, we've already spent 20 minutes here in the city. Are you telling me... Oh, you want me to go in through the... well, I suppose I can do that.
You have the hand.
So, we will be centered a lot around the Imperial City for this episode. I personally don't mind. It's just so that you're not expecting a lot of action. I mean, we might still get some, but let's see to it. So, first up, we have Nightfall as a book. I was about to say that if the book hadn't been in the Mystic Archives, there was a good chance of it being in the bookshop. First edition, well, that's right here. This is the second quest that I have us go to the first edition and look for a book. The other was when we were dealing with Umbacano, which we technically still are.
Have a look at my wares. I'm sure there's something to suit you.
They are. Nightfall! I purchased Nightfall from Finchias at the first edition bookshop. I should read it to find out more about
Come back and see me
Garrigan's tears.
Bye.
Nightfall tells the tale of Garrigan and the quest for the Everflow Ewer at a place known as Frostfire Glade. It is supposedly located in the mountains near Bruma. Using some of the references from the story, I was able to pinpoint it on my map. The book also mentions needing a special refined frost salt to get into the glade. I should speak with Julianne Fennis about this. I will speak to her off camera. But I believe if we'll take a gander at the... Oh yes, that will send us to her. So Frostfire Glade. That's a cave, so... Silvertooth Cave, nope. Beast Maw, nope. Frostfire Glade. So it's not that close to Chaden Hall. But if we then, probably in the next episode, swing, or maybe later, swing by, or go up the road here. I think yes I did. Go over to here, circle down to Chaden Hall, and get the Fighters Guild quest. Then down to, what was it again? Darkfish, there we go. Oh, that's closer to Chaden Hall than I remembered it. Then we should have that clearing up. Obviously, there is also the other... Let's just see if we can't see some of the other... Cursed Mine, nope. Firelight Cave, nope. Fort Mysterious, so that's the other place, one of the other places. There were two forts on that note. And then there was Wendelbeck. So an alien ruin, judging by the name. Nornalhorst. Mayan Twill. Benyandawick. Anadwill. Sardaval Lead. Culot. Could be one down. Telepe. Veyand. Arpenia. There's a lot of area here where there's nothing, or at least where I found nothing. Melke. Vendelbeck. Well, it's not that far from the Dark Fissure. I mean, it is, but it could be done. And then what was the last location? Hasty scroll note. Fort Lynchel. So I probably bumped into that at some point, but I don't remember. Right, well, we shall take a look at our quests. We are also in the market district, which is convenient for clearing out inventory. Active quests, there we go. We should also... Oh, actually, that reminds me. That is actually... We do actually have a reason to go to the Temple District, as that is where the Order of Righteous Blood, the vampire hunters, are located. Sneak training. Okay. Let's see, what time of day is it? It's afternoon, but alright, we'll do the shopping
It's you.
afterwards. I mean,
Hi there.
If you need to get rid of something quickly,
I probably wouldn't be talking about getting rid of doing something quickly.
How are you?
Everybody needs a copy of the Black Horse Courier.
I have a feeling that you and I are about to
the
become
main
very
ingredient.
close.
Whoop.
Hello.
Yep. And in and... So the Temple District first, then we might go back to the Market District. It's just that I don't want to... I can always sell off what little I have extra, and it's not very much, so it won't be that efficient in terms of clearing out my inventory. But, well, the opportunity is there. Right, that was the Talos Plaza. Oh, yes, she does seem to wander. The arrow is red. She is not here. Should also take a look at where that other collector is at, so that we may plan that one out. The arrow is green. She is here. She right there. Right in front of a guard. Are you going this way? Oh yes. I'm hidden. Don't go into a house. Okay.
Good day. Take your time.
Training!
Well, there it is. Not the best job I've seen, but you did it. All right, I'll help you hone your technique.
I mean, she literally cannot
Goodbye.
train me anymore. Okay, well, that cleared that quest out. Good. So, what was actually on the right tab? The best, no. Secret of the Alias. But first, we need to hand in some vampire stuff. Was it here? Primus Marius. Nope, that was definitely not it.
What is it, citizen?
Black Horse Courier here.
Hail, good
Everybody
citizen.
needs a copy
How
of the
can I
Black
be of
Horse
service?
Courier.
Oh yes, it's over here. It's in a different corner. And I believe it's in here. Yes, Cerido's house. Well, he doesn't need it anymore. He's dead. Lying face first in a small puddle with an arrow in his back in Memorial Cave.
Well,
Out of my way. Don't know exactly why they keep arm muscle up on the first floor, but yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
vampires are clever. Our brother is... Excellent. 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 Return. May the
so that's
sunlight always safeguard
750
your path.
gold pieces for that just alone. And a little 0.3
Well
away
met.
from our... yeah, get out of my face.
Hello
0.3 away from my inventory. As gold doesn't weigh anything, luckily. Otherwise I'd be bogged down in it. So, we are now going to... it appears that she is in the central district. Okay, well, we can at least talk to her. Have the money if needed to bribe her, should that be needed. But obviously there are other ways to do this. And I am able to break into her house as soon as I've discovered where she lives, which I also could do by talking to her. I have a feeling she will be rather stubborn. Particularly if I happen to mention Umbacano. He did try himself to obtain that, I believe.
Good to see. Herminia Sinner, amateur scholar of the ancient elves, dabbler in the arcane arts. How can I help you?
Let's go for rumors first.
Tell me more.
Max.
You want to buy my Ayleid crown? It isn't for sale at any price. I would think Umbacano would know that by now.
I don't want to threaten her. I could lie, but I don't think she will fall for it. Let's try.
Save your breath. He's the only one who knows I have it. He's tried to get it from me for years. I will never allow the crown to fall into Umbacano's hands. He is far more dangerous than you realize.
That probably won't persuade her, so let's go for a harmless
Far
figure.
from it. His interest in the Ayleids is not that of a mere scholar. He hopes to unlock the secrets of their magical power. And if you know anything about Ayleid-ruled Cyrodiil, that should make you very uneasy.
How is the Ayleid crown
I'm afraid I
dangerous?
don't know for sure. I wish I had a more persuasive answer, but hear me out. The crown of the Ayleids which Umbacano wants is not simply an ancient work of art. It has certain superficial magic powers, true, but its real power is hidden. However, my studies of the ancient text make clear that it is the key to dangerous magical powers which should be left dormant.
Umbacano
You're
will
right.
not give up.
Even if I persuade you, he'll send someone else. Someone less amenable to reason. But what if you brought him another Ayleid crown?
What do you mean?
My
another
own
crown?
research into the late Ayleid period suggests that there was not a single Ayleid ruler, but many. They were a bitterly divided people, with many warlords vying against each other for power. Their ultimate demise was wrought by their own civil strife, at least as much as by the rebellion of their human slaves.
So, what about this
My
other crown?
the one Umbacano covets, belonged to the ruler of Nenalata. I've learned of another crown, entombed with the last ruler of the rival city of Lindai. Since Umbacano has never laid eyes on the real crown of the Ayleids, I doubt he could tell the difference. In any case, the other is also a real Ayleid crown, just not the right one. I think we could all sleep better if you brought him Lindai's crown instead of the crown of Nenalata. Here, I happen to have the key you'll need to enter the royal burial chamber in Lindai. I hope you'll make the right choice.
Last Ayleid
The king of Nenalata is the last Ayleid king known to history, true. He appears to have ruled for centuries past the fall of all the other Ayleid kingdoms, if the ancient chronicles are to be believed. But there never was a single king of the Ayleids. Each city-state had its king, and their power waxed and waned over the years. The king of Nenalata was the last, simply because all the other kings had been destroyed or driven out of Cyrodiil. The Ayleid city of Lindai was a bitter rival to Nenalata, the city of the so-called last king of the Ayleids. Umbacano may not be able to tell the difference between the crown of Lindai and the crown of Nenalata. It's at least worth a try. I know I don't want to find out what terrible power Umbacano could unleash using the crown of Nenalata. I hope you'll make the right choice. Umbacano must not have the crown of Nenalata.
Yeah.
Farewell.
I've always found him fishy. Oh, we have 2 quest markers. So, what is going on? Let's see what the quest says. X. I need to bring Ubicano one of the Iliad crowns, either by stealing the crown of Nalata from Hermina Sinna, or by recovering the crown of Linda, as Hermina Sinna suggested. Okay. What else does it say? Okay. So where is Linda more exactly? Well, I presume that if we find Ninalata, we will also find Lindai close by. Now hold on. That's an alien ruin that I have not discovered, or for that matter pilfered. So... Moranda, that's not it. Frontavale. Ninendava, that's still not it. Was it this? Pucanda? No, that's not it either. Now Finzel? Really? Was it you? Lipsantan? Nope. Don't Wendier. Elinglin. Nunungalo. So here? Sigatata? Nope. Where are you hitting that? Windazzle. So, Nornelhorst. So, Talwinki. What about this one? Niryaslari. Trombe. And this one is Gazakia. Yeah, that's not it. Okay, so perhaps I haven't discovered either. Oh well. Oh, no, that was Ninendava. This is Ninalata. Riel. Well, that is interesting. We have an alien ruin that we have not yet visited. I'm not gonna steal from her. She does have a good point, and I always found Obicano to be fishy at best. Well, I think we shall go to the market district now and sort out what little our inventory... That's not the door. What little our inventory needs to be sorted. After that, well... Lindai isn't really close to the others, but if I were to go up to Lindai, then swing around, go to Bruma, then down to Frostfire Glade, and then essentially take it on in that direction. Then, after that, I could return to the Imperial City, which I likely need to do anyway for handing in the crown. Then I can also go and speak to... I probably need to speak to her first, don't I? Well, in any case, I would need to come back here to report back on what's going on at Dark Fissure. So, yeah.
Hello.
The plan still stands, albeit with curious converse. The plan still stands, albeit with a few alterations down the line, but that shouldn't be a problem. We also actually had a quest here, but I believe that the shop where your purse is just as full after you buy. Well, that's a lie.
It is good. Hey!
Barter.
Have a look around. You won't find better prices in
I
all
don't
town.
know. Not interesting. Imperial breaches. Nah, that's not bad, but it's also not something that I need. Okay. So we're not gonna buy anything because, well, nothing has my interest. That, however, we need to hackle. He's just an apprentice. Well, shouldn't make this too bad. Ring of Firewalking. Resist fire is a good skill, but I prefer things like shielding because that's generally more useful. Why am I wearing the Jewel of the Rumari? I could sell that, but it literally doesn't just give me nothing, so I'm just gonna store it somewhere at some point. Potion of Courtesy, nope. Potion of Invisibility, nope. These are Restore. It's kind of useful for if I bump into something like a Will-o'-the-Wisp, for example. So what else have we got? Any soul gems that are empty. Well, then we have those, but I do believe that those will become useful.
Tell you. Please,
In a
return
quest.
soon. It's always a pleasure to see you.
Yes, let's head back to the Arcane University, which I believe we can do faster by going through the Imperial Gardens once more. Let's make the quest active by million step. Nope. So nope. There we go. Hold on. Is it faster? Well, it's through one district either way, so it really doesn't
My
make
pleasure,
a difference.
really.
It's just a matter of, do we want to run into people or do we don't really
You
care?
have my...
Stop giving me ears! Seriously. I thought we talked about this, but then I suppose you gave me your ears so you wouldn't be able to listen. This is problematic. What? I went the wrong way! That was... Oh.
You have my
About
ears.
that
Well, there are a
pirate
couple of
captain.
shops here.
The one who was
as well.
murdered in his ship.
Greetings.
No.
Is it true that Samuel Banks
Yeah. Imperial Palace, yes. The Imperial City is actually one of those that's easy to find your way around in, but I suppose this made it so that I would just have to go straight across, well, as much as the massive tower in the center allows you to. But apart from that, yes, straight across. Okay. Whee! Boop. And then it's just straight through the gardens and into the Imperial University once more. It's not nightfall, so it shouldn't be an issue to find her. Also, she was wearing a fairly recognizable robe. Don't mind me, guard, I'm just jumping over you. He didn't even give me his ear this time. Well, I suppose he must have been one of those that already given one, or maybe 2 ears already. And unless he's some sort of mutant, I don't see him having more than 2 ears. This is a weird tangent, but... Well,
If there is anything I can do, I am humbly at your service.
you can get out of my way when I'm landing, for a start. Sheesh. Don't people know to get out of the way when people are jumping up in the air? We need traffic laws for jumping people.
The hero of...
Yeah. I'm not listening. So
Greetings,
is she-
Conjurer.
Well, that's convenient.
Anything- Yes, I have them for sale. If you'd like to buy some, feel free. They're top quality. I refined them myself. You never know when you might need a good strong potion. Best to stock up now while you can.
Yeah, let's just take them all. I've acquired I've acquired refined frost salt from Gillian. I should now make my way to Frostfire Glade. Well, yes and
Thank
no,
you.
because that is...
Sorry, that... If you come across any unusual...
Lady, I just spent half a day making potions. I don't have any more interesting ingredients. Okay, back to the quests. No, that is not how you go back to the quests. There we go. So what we will do. Master of Acrobatics. We're not there yet, but we are probably getting fairly close. So since it's pretty much straight north. We can just take the trip off of the Imperial Isle. I believe there is a bridge, a smaller bridge going off on the north end of the isle. So we can start there. At least, I think we can. If that's not the case, we're... Oh, I was about to say, where does this path end? Well, it didn't. It just went over a hump with some grass on it that made it appear as if it disappeared, but it did not. So, unless there's a mud crab or other creature in my path, I don't really plan on stopping. We might be able to reach Lindi and... Let's just check the map to be certain. Yep. Oh, well, it's more west than north, actually, so... yeah, because... I think the bridge leads over here. I mean, it's pretty much the same distance. It's just a matter of... That's my unicorn. Hello. It's just a matter of, do we go by the roads? Which should be relatively clear because I've just been that way a couple of days ago in game. Or do we go by relatively unexplored territory? Well, it's not unexplored, but we haven't been this way in a while. Which is what makes the difference, because here there could be wild crabs. Here there could be goblins. Here there could be bandits. At least that seems more likely than in the other place. So it's pretty much straight ahead from here. We could also, if we are just a little bit lucky, maybe find some known routes. I'd be up for that for sure. So that way. There's the bridge. Good. I did remember correctly. Don't think this one has a name. Oh well, it's reinforced with stone pillars. So it's not just... Well... A wagon would probably have trouble getting over here. I hear an end road. What? Strong version of healing. Oh! Yoink. I should probably at some point see Sindarian. See how that potion making stuff is going. I don't know if there's more to it than that. Oh. What? What? Don't tell me it's a mud crab on the other side of the wall, right? Yeah. Figured since I couldn't see the enemy, and we were close to water. Okay, well, onwards. Lindi. Well, since I haven't found either Lindi or Ninalata, ooh, an Imperial fort, right by the road. Well, not interested. I have other businesses to attend to. What's that? Oh, it's a mushroom. I thought it was an imp ready to take off, and this was where I found a treasure which all it turned out to be was a fine iron spriggan. Hello, Miss Giggles. That's what you get. Lots of punches to the face. Well, there it is on the compass UI. We really should be using arrows. I mean, we have over 1,000 in total. Oh, I see. Yes, Elite Wars, which likely means that there's something below. And now that we have a key, we can fall and stub our toe. Okay, are there any sentries? Perhaps. So this is Linde. But where is Ninalata? That name doesn't ring a bell in terms of looking at the map. Still have about 10 minutes. Could be that it's a short one, I doubt it, but well, either way, we have other plans, and I don't want to end an episode at just 50 minutes. Say what? How's something already hostile towards me? Skeleton bones. Oh, he didn't die. Let's finish him with fire. Oh, he gave me burden. I was about to say, that's... Well, something died. It wasn't my fault at this time. Eek! Well, okay then. That's definitely one way to start off a tomb, by we go through a hallway of axes or blades or giant spades. Sure. Sneak attack. Marksman skill increased. Lovely. Oh. The poison bats. Well, at least it's not that bad of a trap, but, well... Oh, and a dread zombie to boot. Or two. Three! And I hear the grinding stone from somewhere. Don't know where. My nose is itching. So where did that stone wall move? Don't know. I do believe we will have a sub-location down here. So, once that is in my reach, then that's where we'll end this episode. So that floor lowers. Good to know. Reminder to... Ooh, another lich. Really should watch your back, mate. Nothing. Well, another liches aren't really that powerful. Nice. So is that the door that we need? Ooh, don't step on that. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Don't do that. That's not nice. Oh, that is not even the locked one. Well, this was an archer. I'll take the steel arrow. You can keep your iron stuff. Do you think this place... Oh! We actually need to ride up with the second one. Oh, well that's a change. That's a clever way of using those traps, actually. I like that. And there doesn't appear to be any spikes there. So he's fine. He was. Okay. Ooh. That. Do you think that that's actually where we need to go, or is that just... I think that this button up here will lower those two iron gates. Well, I can loot you in the air. Make a difference to me. Yes. Ooh, and a zombie. Just a hitless one, but well. Reliquary. 497 gold. Well, that is nice. So we can head over the central one. Yeet. But it's probably not the safest way to do. Pretty strange to have steel arrows appear as loot at this point. Well, could this one be locked? No, it isn't. Lindai Inner Tombs. Well, we shall see what the Inner Tombs hold in the next episode. But until then, take care.